Hello, everybody. Welcome to day one of 13 days of ancient hidden wisdom with the gods and the angels and all kinds of stuff. Oh, I forgot to look this up. So I already got a channeled message and an area for day one. The sun is setting right now, so this is about the only time it shines in that window is when it's starting to set. But for the most part, I will be doing these in the evening around sunset to moon up. Okay. So anywhere between 7 to 9 p.m. I will be recording these over the next 13 days, including this one. Today is July 13th. You'll have to forgive me. I am not feeling well. It's been a ride. So let me look up really quick where Spirit said, because I am not sure. Oh, okay. So I heard Mesopotamia. And little did I know it's right at the Euphrates River. So Mesopotamia came up for day one. Okay, I just thought we were going to kind of enter in and maybe pull in the Akasha records, and that's about it. Oh no, we're already getting an area. So Mesopotamia carries Sumerians, Assyrians, Akkadians, and Babylonian civilizations. It is apparently right at the Euphrates River, right by the Mediterranean Sea. Hopefully, see if we can get that in there. No, we cannot. Okay. So, I don't even really need to question it. It's right the Tigris River and the Euphrates Sea. And Jesus died at the Euphrates. That's where I processed his death. If you guys don't remember that or recall that during the undoing of the Holy Grail, that's what came through there. Don't the Tigris and the Euphrates come into the Nile as well? So I'm shocked because I just channeled a message for day one. Sorry about that. I'm not in my room. I'm in the living room. Not feeling good. So I've been working out here a little bit lately and it's right at sundown. So I kind of felt like that was important to incorporate. Let me gather myself because I've been really ill. My heart hasn't been right. I had to go get some blood work done and Spirit says detox. So that's what I'm going to do. But I mean like truly detox. I need to go without anything for like 3 days except for water, I think. Because earlier my heart started pounding so fast and I passed out. And recently the doctor was like testing my heart again and stuff because uh, when I was little I had Scarlet's fever. Plus all this work that I've done did not bode well with my heart. I've done healings on it and it's been fine, but Spirit's saying to detox, and that's what it's about. So I feel like shite. I really do. So you'll have to forgive me. Okay, let's slow down. I'm going to light the Palo Santo and I'm going to give you their channeled message. Mesopotamia was the first thing that came through from Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Sandalphon with Seraphim Angel Energy, and Metatron. Those are the beings that step forward for the message I'm about to give you. I'm lighting the Palo Santo. I have a little fan blowing on me because the kitty, so. So we're just going to start calling in our energy. I'm shocked because I got that. I've never really thought about Mesopotamia before. But I have the Euphrates River. I just didn't even realize it was right there. It's right where the Tigris and the Euphrates River are together and right in the middle of them. So that's important. Okay, so I'm going to call in our energy. I've called in the Creator. I've called in the gods and the angels for 1 through 13 days of ascension work. And I'm really sad that we don't really have a front line. It makes me very, very sad. I remember before what happened with Amy and Lucette and them, God had literally asked everybody, can you be the front line? Can you choose love over everything else and be the front line to help others through? And that's just been hitting me hard today, but at least there's a little bit going on, right? We were able to still do this, so I'm at least grateful for that. Okay, so I do have two decks I'll pull from as well, but Mesopotamia came through. I don't know if you can see that. Mesopotamia. Okay. So day 1 of 13, ancient spaces with the gods and angels. Mesopotamia. And this is what they said. Okay, Mesopotamia. I was like, who wants to step forward? What do I need to do? What message needs to come forth? First thing I heard was Mesopotamia. And then they said ancient places, and there's a fly in here, hidden from view. Make no mistake, it was to deceive you. About to knock a fly out with my notebook. A false foundation, living through lies, a hidden world built to disguise. With sudden changes, unmistakable shakes, and I also heard quakes, but oh, no, that was next. And sudden drifting and rifting earthquakes. So with sudden changes, unmistakable shakes, a sudden drifting and rifting earthquakes, we are here to allow our world to rise. We are here to allow our world to rise. We're part of the gods of time. That's what they were telling me before I allowed that to register and even did the work. One can no longer hide what's been hidden inside. From Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Metatron, and Sandalphon, the seraphim angel. Mesopotamia. Then I said ancient places hidden from view. Make no mistake, it was to deceive you. A false foundation, living through lies. A hidden world built to disguise. With sudden changes, unmistakable shakes, and sudden drifting and rifting earthquakes. We are here to allow our world to rise. One can no longer hide what's been hidden inside. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Metatron, Sandalphon, the seraphim angel. Okay. And make sure my ringer is off before I pull the cards. My notifications, because they can be distracting. So again, Mesopotamia, I looked it up right as I came on here, because I just got the message. It is right by the Tigris and Euphrates River. The Black Sea is up the top part of it. The Mediterranean Sea is to the left. Yep, in the Nile. So it's right where doesn't look like they drain into the Nile, but they're right next to the Nile. That makes sense. I wish you could see the image I see, but you can't. But that's okay. You can definitely look it up. So Mesopotamia is right by the Nile. Okay, it's right next to the Mediterranean Sea, which is what drains into the Nile. According to this map, Jericho's right there. Okay, and so that's the first place we got for day 1 on the 13th of July. Okay. Now I will pull a card from the Goddess deck. My heart is not doing well right now, so y'all have to forgive me. I was having severe pains. And my daughter's not here to beg her for a healing because I'll get her to do something on me sometimes, and she's just learning, but because it's in her just like it was me. But she's still nervous about it and in the beginning stages of it, but she's so cute, but she's not here. So I have just been dealing with it. But I get winded, my chest hurts. So yeah. Okay, so let's see what the decks have to say. And I'm just hearing detoxing required. Clean everything out of my system. So I honestly did not think we were going to get an area today. And it blows my mind that it's Mesopotamia is what came out. And I would have never thought of that. I've never really heard of it. I know we did the Euphrates River. That's where he died. And I know I did denial, but separate, right? I didn't even notice they were right next to each other, to be honest with you. Okay. Um, ooh, this is awesome. Okay. So I have 3 from the heart deck, and I will quickly pull from the goddess deck, and then we will totally dive into day 1 of 13. Okay, I cannot get ill now. I need a job. I need got school. I need. Ugh. Me hearing clear the energy as we go to next. Sudden rift and drift and earth shake. Very large rumble and an earthquake. Make way for changes, sudden rearranges. Okay. So we have, yeah, the sun's truly going down now. So we're right at sundown. Okay. So the first one that came out with love abounds. Love abounds. Okay. That means love everywhere. And that's what this is about, is falling of a false world and the rising of love everywhere. And then we have healing begins. Okay. And these are 4 of this 13 days. Whether or not they'll have me pull one each time, I don't know. But healing begins, number 6. Number 1, love abounds. And then 2, listen to your intuition. The intuition must be the guide. Intuition must be the guide, not the mind. Healing, 2 healing ones. Look at that. This is healing. I know it's a little weird, blurry wise. I don't know why. Should be a good camera, but for some reason, it's being really wonky. But it says healing. La. Healing. Okay. 2 decks. Healing begins and healing. Wise leadership. Okay. We have to listen to the right things. Follow the right things. Creative spark. Creative spark. No, it's not very clear. I don't know why. Creative spark. Okay. Nature, nurture, divine insight, creative spark. We are creating our world, a new world, our old new world. Back in the beginning of my journey, I kept saying I am bringing back Atlantis, but then also ascending Atlantis. So we're unburying what was ours. And for some reason, Mesopotamia came up today for day 1. Mesopotamia, it's a big deal. Kind of like when I went to do all the pyramid activations. I didn't know where we were going. We just went there and I did work. Today, Mesopotamia came up. So, compassion. This one says compassion. It's very pink. Sorry about the image. I don't know why it's so wonky. I'm not our friend right now. This says compassion. And then this one says ambition, right? Ambition. So if we're like, instead of sitting there going, oh, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose everything, calling in money, like I'm doing everything I can to create it, right? Where's our ambition? Asking spirit. I have another workshop I'll be creating, like I talked about, and it deals with money in particular, and plus I'm going to college and everything too. But I got to some insight I had never seen before about myself and money, and so it's really really cool, right? It's understanding blueprint, basically. Some really cool things going on, really cool things coming up. Okay, that is our message. Listen to our intuition. Everything should be about love, ambition, creation. We are the creators of our reality. Okay, so we can't live in fear. We have to live in ambition and creation. I need this. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to create. Where do I go to get it? Right? Show me co-creation, spirit. Right? Intuition must be our guide. Intuition must be our guide, and everything we should do should be spiritual. So that's important. Okay, very important. And I feel so ill. So I'm gonna do the best I can through this one. Oh, I don't feel good at all. Okay, are you ready for day one? Day one. I'm like, whew, all sweaty and everything. It's intense. So I'm calling in all of our energy, protections all around. I'm being told to separate our bubbles. So you'll get a bubble, I'll get a bubble. Everybody who will be here's energy is being called in. Called on the creator, all the angels and gods and beings. And in the message, I got the specific beings who were coming forward for this one. And I heard Mesopotamia. So I call in and activate the energy of Mesopotamia. So to begin, just start to relax. My chest really hurts. My heart's really hurting. Just start to relax and calm our space. Closing our eyes and coming into a space of nothingness. Just being present. Just be present. Just listen to my voice. Allow what's going to be what's going to be. Just be here and pretend like you're watching a movie through my voice, okay? Does that make sense? With your eyes closed, you're hearing my voice, you're listening to that, you're doing your best to stay intentionally focused on what I'm saying and present, and allow what's going to unfold to unfold, okay? So your job is to kind of keep your focus internally and on my voice. You'll have to forgive me for not feeling well. The struggle's real right now. It's hard to focus on making money when your heart feels like it's about to pound out of your chest. Like, oh my God, okay. Like literally my heart started pounding earlier and I passed out. It was insane. Then like it was pounding and even like half asleep on the couch, like pounding, like I can't get up. And then I got up, and I'm like, this isn't right. Spirit's like detox. I'm like, okay, I've got to clean everything out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I can't really do a healing on myself either. It's like insane. So I'm getting a lot of chest pain, so just forgive me. So just bring yourself into the space, nice and calm, cool and collected. I'm like trying to ignore the pain. So I'm getting like these shooting pains from my chest all the way up my neck. Okay, so Mesopotamia is the focus, and I kind of see it in the center. So I want you to just be present in your body for a moment. Called in the creator, all of the angels and the gods that be, Zeus and Poseidon. Metatron and Sandalphon, or goddess Athena, is also stepping forward. They are who is here today. Of course, Malachi and all these other beings are also stepping in. The Galactic Council is also stepping in. So all of the pyramids that I activated, I see them lit up all around us. So just in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine we're kind of sitting in the center of pyramids all around us, just lit up and filled with Christ's light and shooting up into the sky. Calling in the energy of the moon, there's still the energy of the full moon, and calling in the energy of the sun. As you know, we are in sunset and moonrise right now. And for a moment, I want you to see in your mind's eye just sitting on the earth. I was like, is there a crystal bench? And what I actually see is just sitting on dirt. like what I saw where Jesus died in the Euphrates River. I didn't see water. I saw sand, like dirt, almost looked like red clay dirt. And that's what I see. So I want you to see in your mind's eye us just sitting on that dirt. And the pyramids, you can just sense, feel, or know or imagine all the pyramids are surrounding us, behind us, in a circular formation, just all over the earth, filled to the brim with Christ's light and shooting up into the earth, to the sky. So it is like a nighttime setting. This was supposed to be nighttime, evening, nighttime. I've never done workshops generally this late. It's usually first thing in the morning, early daytime, 1 o'clock. But Spirit always picks the date and times. I don't, they do. So there's something about these being done in the nighttime towards evening, at least where I'm at. So imagine the skyline is getting darker and darker, and all we see are stars, and then light, God's light, Christ's light coming out of the earth, shooting up through the pyramids and into the sky. And that's the work that I've been doing since 2019, activating those pyramids, filling the crystalline, rebuilding the crystalline grid, filling it with Christ's light. I'm struggling. I'm so sorry. That light is now shooting up into the sky. I was hoping there would be a lot more energy to help carry this workshop. There's not. So I can feel it in my heart a lot. My heart's hurting. It's hurting into my shoulder, like severely. Mesopotamia. I just keep hearing Mesopotamia. Exodus of Egypt. So that was part of 2025 predictions. I remember they were saying Exodus of Egypt, plus I dried the Nile a long time ago. And I want to say is what came through the other day is I heard somebody say, well, if you're Jesus, they weren't talking to me, but it was just something I heard. If they're Jesus, then how are they turning water into wine? Make them do that. And I was like, God showed me you did that. And I'm like, what do you mean I did that? I can't do that. And they said the Nile, right? When I dried the Nile, that river in Japan turned blood red from a beer plant, like yeast, whatever, spilling into the river, turning water into wine. I'm like, oh. And it kept it happened less than 24 hours after I dried the Nile. I don't know if you remember that, but I was like, yeah, okay. So everybody takes things either very literal or in a way they're not really meant to be. So we really did kind of turn water into wine. That's what that talks about. The blood river, the Nile. In the Nile workshop, I turned it blood red. And Spirit said, when I asked what that meant, that was the purging of everything. So that's important to mention right now. We're going into Mesopotamia area. So it's almost like we're sitting here on this red dirt, and it looks like Euphrates River. And then there's pyramids all around us, and the energy of the Mesopotamia area. So it's like Euphrates, Tigris River, the Nile is right by us as well. So that is where we are. That is where we're going. That is where we are. That is where our energy is being called in. So just allow this setting to implement all around you. So we're just relaxing, we're calming, we're letting all of this energy come together. So it's like calling it all together into one point, and that's what we're doing. And the gods are all around us, and my chest really is hurting, so I'm trying to do the best I can. The gods are all around us, the angels are here. Like I need to feel like I'm 20 so that I can go to school. I can try to find some kind of constant income. It's just calling it all in, calling it in. Spirit just keeps saying balance, balance. I'm like, oh, where am I out of balance? Thing is when we have more of that front line available, is they're helping to carry this energy for mankind, and I've been doing it while being attacked a lot on my own. I'm doing a Sistine Chapel, was on my own the second time, especially. Like, it's been a lot. It's been a lot on my system. I actually carry the energy, I carry the light, I do the work to the earth. It's a lot. I'm not just a channel, I'm actually doing the work. They just show me what to do. And they do help participate, but it's a lot on my vessel. Okay. So now we have beings of light body beings just coming forward. I see at least 3 each. Starting to cleanse our system. As I'm handed a scroll, and I see us sitting on the red dirt, and Mesopotamia is heightened, and the Euphrates, Tigris, and the Nile there. I can see it all. It's like it almost looks like I'm in Egypt setting, like the sand, like the sand. It's like a red clayish sand that I see. I don't see the water necessarily. I see sand. I see the dirt, just like I did when I cleared the Jesus timeline and under the Holy Grail. Because I'm going backwards in time. Okay, so we're going to start kind of going backwards in time, right? So the gods, the angels, the beings that are with us, we have 3 light beings each, are going to start taking our energy back in time. They're going to help me a bit because I am not physically strong enough to carry all this right now. But we're going to start going back in time. So it's like timeline. Where we are on the earth right now is not truth. And even the maps are lies in a large part. They've been created and distorted, and things are hidden, right? Even our subconscious maps are not accurate, okay? The way we remember things to be is not always accurate to the way they actually were. And that's also kind of how the world has been developed. It's been like a veil of illusion put over everything to cause confusion and distortion, and little truths sprinkled in, but never the full truth. Not enough for you to see to awaken inside. It's all been dimmed, diluted, and divided. So the 3 beings that we each get, you might see them, you might sense them, you might feel them, but they're coming into our energy. They're cleansing our auric field. The moon and the sun are above us. All the pyramids are around us, shining light into the sky. And we're sitting in that sand, like dirt, in Mesopotamia. We're starting to go backwards in time. It's almost like you can see or sense this timeline, this rope of time, and it's being pulled, and our energy is being pulled back in time, that of the earth as well. So it's almost like the earth is starting to reverse in time. It's like spinning counterclockwise instead of clockwise. So it's starting to spin counterclockwise instead of clockwise. Tigris, Euphrates. Tigris, Euphrates, Nile, Nile, Egypt. This whole area. Sea of Gibraltar. What is the Sea of Gibraltar? I don't know. Ziggy, what is the Sea of Gibraltar?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the Strait of Gibraltar is the entry point into the Mediterranean Sea from the Atlantic Ocean.
Wait a minute. Isn't that what I said? For over there? Hang on, let me look at that map again. Oh my gosh. The Mediterranean Sea is right there. The Mesopotamia, Mediterranean Sea, and that's what pours into the Nile. And they just said Sea of Gibraltar. I had no idea. You see, there's no way I can make this up because I have no idea. I failed geography. Forget it. Like, I'm totally mind blown right now. I love these things. As much as I'm out of it, I'm still like there somehow. Sea of Gibraltar. Let me go right back in. Sorry. Oh, I'm not feeling well. Forgive me. Literally, genuinely, my heart is hurting, and I could feel it into my gut, and I could feel it up into my neck. And no, I don't. I'm not going to the. I've already been to the doctor. They took blood. She listened to my heart. She said she wasn't too concerned, but tests needed to be ran. But Spirit says I need to detox, so I kind of tend to believe because I'm not feeling right. So that's my goal. Okay, so Sea of Gibraltar, going back to that space, the beings of light truly are cleansing our auric field, but we're also kind of starting to go backwards in time. That's when I heard Sea of Gibraltar. We're going back on that timeline, and the Earth is starting to spin counterclockwise rather than clockwise, like a reversal of time. So we are going into an ancient space. We are going into this space that there is a map for, but not in this timeline. They're taking me backwards in time. We're going backwards in time. Ancient spaces, ancient wisdom. So the Akasha Records is involved. So Saint Germain is very much present with the Akasha Records of all things creation. So the earth has her own Akasha Records as well as mankind. Okay. So both of those are very much so open, present, and encasing this energy of this healing. Sea of Gibraltar, I keep hearing that. Mediterranean Sea, which goes into the Nile. And as I'm starting to go backwards in time, what I'm getting is almost like a fault line through there. I don't know whether if there is one, but I'm starting to see the earth kind of rift, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a like the earth is rifting. It's almost as if you take a ship and you suddenly start to change its direction. The earth is responding to that, and it's almost like a sudden like a stop to things, and the earth rifting a little bit, like almost the energy clashing, if that makes sense. And I'm going further backwards in time, further backwards in time. So I'm getting this image of sorry, kitty's at my feet. I'm getting this image of almost like a chain gang. Ouch. Like it's not this timeline. Uh Almost like 600 BC time frame. And I'm seeing these people, and they're like chained together. They're all chained together, and they're walking through there. And there were slaves. So there were slaves weren't only like black people, right? These were probably Mesopotamians. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. The people that lived over there at that time frame. So they didn't look as white as me, right? They looked like they were leathery skin, like out in the sun and out in the dirt, and parched. There didn't seem to be a lot of water over there at this time. Like I feel like I need water. I need water. And I'm seeing them being forced to build. I don't know if it's pyramids or what is happening. I'm not getting a clear picture on what. Just like they're being forced. They're being forced to do things. They're being forced to build. They are chain gang. That's what I'll call it, right? It's like literally at the waist, and their hands they are tied together, like in a row. All these people, and they would almost like whip you if you didn't comply. That sounded weird. So as I'm in this time frame, I see the three beings of light doing something to our auric field, something to our body, and allowing us to start to purge, which is allowing also a connection to the earth of purging. which is hurting my chest. My kitty is very needy, does not like to be alone. Loves to be on my lap for everything I do. So it pulled me out a little bit. So I'm trying to go right back in. Sea of Gibraltar. So there's almost like this takeover of land that I'm getting an image of. It's like Sea of Gibraltar, and I also see like large like ships takeover of land, and then this chain gang, and this is like BC, and they're like forced to build things. It might be pyramids. I'm not sure. A disgraceful use of power is what I'm hearing. Disgraceful use of power. So I'm handed this key, and I'm like taking this key and sticking it into the core of the earth. And I need to pull us back further on the timeline as I'm doing that. And this is what I'm seeing. I don't know, the key is very large, and I stick it into the core, and I turn it like a quarter turn clockwise. And remember, we're kind of going backwards in time. So the earth and everything is turning a bit counterclockwise. And I'm pulling us further and further back in time. And I see Zeus, lightning, the god of lightning. And I just see him creating these great lightning storms, Just the sky is like turning so dark and black and gray, and Zeus is like creating this massive lightning storm that is about to hit the Sea of Gibraltar. A massive storm about to hit the Sea of Gibraltar. And then I see this tree of life, and it was like cut in half. I almost want to say like lightning stormed in half, but I know it wouldn't have been Zeus doing that. So what they're trying to show me isn't quite clear. But it's like the tree of life just got ripped right in half. So our beings of light, as we are doing this, are removing more energy out of our system. So we are going into ancient spaces even within our soul. Okay, we're connecting back to the purity of our soul, ancient spaces of the earth. What I'm doing to the earth, we are also aligning to internally. Okay, so there is work going on within us. And I'm doing the best I can. Sorry, this one's a little bit wonky. Sudden storm, a sudden rift, a sudden drift, a sudden storm, like this massive storm, larger than any storm you've ever seen before. And I do mean larger than any storm you've ever seen before. And I feel like I'm mixing today, present time, and the past, and they're kind of coming together. That's the best way I could describe this. Is as if I'm pulling the past. Remember, I kept pulling the past like this. I'm not just taking us backwards. I'm pulling the past into the present, and that's more clear now. I'm pulling the past, ooh, the chills, into the present. We're not going backwards. I'm pulling the past into the present. I'm pulling the past into the present. I'm pulling it into the now. And this great storm of the Sea of Gibraltar, a great storm and a great flood and a great storm, just massive storm, much like one that came and suddenly cracked the tree of life in half. But that was not ordered from the gods, unless maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe they took the power from what was here. I don't know. Nope, I don't think that was intentional. That was because of the changes that were occurring to the earth, being forced, the light being taken and forsaken. Okay, so I'm kind of bringing that time into now, and I keep hearing Sea of Gibraltar. Great quake, great shake, a great storm at the Sea of Gibraltar. And like this wall of illusion just crumbling as I'm bringing the past forward. And we are healing through these timelines at the Sea of Gibraltar, Mesopotamia area. Also very relevant to Sekhmet, Horus. All of these timelines are combining because I'm seeing lots. So I see Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I see Sekhmet and Horus, and even Adam and Eve with the tree of life. So all time is coming into one. It's like I'm pulling it all to the present space at this area, Mesopotamia, the Sea of Gibraltar. And I'm now being drawn to read from the scroll. And then I all of a sudden see crows coming in and flying all around. And when I speak this scroll, it'll be like if lightning, energy, bolts of energy are just shooting out of my vocals. Through the moon and the sun, through the moon and the sun, I shall speak. Through the moon and the sun and the lightning and the sea, through the moon and the sun, I shall speak. Through the moon and the sun and the lightning and the sea, Poseidon and Zeus beside me. Through the moon and the sun, I shall speak. The heavens are open above me. Moon and the sun, I shall speak. The lightning and the water, the sea, the sea, the sea, the great blue sea. Now remember, when I was battling with my, you do remember this, Amy would have, but she chose not to stay the course and rise. Unfortunately, our front line is gone. But God told me when I almost died, right before my DM did die, that I was battling the deep blue sea. And this memory is coming forward to the now, the Sea of Gibraltar, the sea, the sea, the sea, the sea, the sea, the sea, the lightning, the sea, the moon, and the sun. The heavens are upon thee. It's time to undo all that's been done and taken from me. Kumpala etere, la vea yo toa, la etere con todo. For you see, we beat the deep blue sea. I won the deep blue sea when I looked it up because my DM's name is David. We were waking him up, battling the deep blue sea, and it represented El Diablo. Darkness, the false reality, the tree of life. This is all relevant and beyond what I can even comprehend right now myself, all the way, but it makes sense to all the work that I did. So our hearts are open, the Akasha records are open, and we are like sitting in time. We are sitting in the Akasha records. The light beings are with us. We have gone into ancient spaces, and this is just day one. I thought it was going to be an intro day. Nope. We have already begun. Mesopotamia, Sea of Gibraltar. Through the moon and the sun and the lightning and the sea. I will now read from the scroll. Palo punto la yenta o lo unto wala Palo kunta wala yenta la yenta la wa. So I get the image of like different worlds, different timelines combining into one and bringing everything to now. So the tree of life being cracked in half, the moon and the sea, the lightning, everything coming together right now to the now, to the now, to the now. So all timelines. Even if this is hard to fathom, from Adam and Eve to Jesus and Mary Magdalene to segment and Horus to the now, all in the now. فلا كنتو ولا يتر ولا يتردي كنتو ولا أمضاي ولا يتر بواي. Then I see like this, so I see like as if I'm my DM as well, and I see the moon glowing on my chest, and I see my staff of the sun, and the moon and the sun above me, and they're lighting up as I'm saying this. They're almost like amplifying, like expanding. And a storm of lightning, a massive storm, massive, more massive than anything you've ever seen. Onko alaya te intolo wataruntoyo. Kita alaya toya. Misuse of power, misuse of light. Onko alanta alaya itereyo alaya kiamta wala itereyo. Wala yung tarawa, alaya kumto, alaya taraye, tarayo, alaya yuwa. So what I see as I'm reading the scroll, the words become light. They're just glowing off of the scroll, and it's as if God is spellcasting. Okay, it's a spellcasting with the gods in the language of God. And the moon and the sun are expanding and growing, and Zeus, with the lightning storm, is growing and flowing in the sea. The sea buried treasures greater than thee. The sea who is moved. The sea. So it's almost as like the earth was rearranged in a way it was never meant to be. From land to the sea. And I even see the flood, the great wall of water. The Black Sea. The Sea of Gibraltar. Wala kunto umbulo tara ili itantayo wala tara ili kintayo wala utuulo tara ili kintara indara ili inturwa. So I see something else in the timeline when I was speaking that language, like crops and like abundance, and then all of a sudden a dried up. Water is crucial to survival. Exodus of Egypt. Sorry, it's taking everything I've got. So the beings of light are now reaching into our timeline, our heart, our Akasha records through our heart, and they're pulling out strings. Now, in the end of this, you will also get a message pertaining to your past life through the gods, right? So it's like, however that's going to play out. I will not dictate that, but you will get your own personal message as well, probably towards the end. But they're pulling out a timeline healing sequence that pertains to this. So the great wall of water, like a big sudden wall of water, the Black Sea meets the Sea of Gibraltar. Make no mistake, the end has already begun. And not all will handle the changes that are already coming now. Their complacency is blinding. It's not about seeing. It's a return of what is ours. So it's like as I'm bringing all those timelines into the now, because here's what they're telling me, what they're showing me is what I'm doing is I've already brought the return of Christ. I already undid all the darkness and I birthed new earth, and new earth is coming into the now. So I'm undoing all of those things from important areas of the earth and I'm bringing it into the now. So if you really truly think about this, the Nile is the final portal. And I dried it out and it turned blood dry. The Sea of Gibraltar, Mesopotamia. We've got the Tree of Life. We've got all the timelines combining into one and bringing it into the now. So we are bringing that area into the now on the earth. I hope this makes sense. Activating ancient spaces, activating ancient wisdom, unburying it and bringing it all to the now. And as it comes into the now, it must come into new earth. So that means all the darkness will break and crumble and fall, and a karmic spit out once and for all. And then I see that lightning storm, like crack, massive lightning storms, and the Sea of Gibraltar just like splits in two walls of water. That's the image I've got. Oh, my broken foot's starting to throb, which I'm still healing up, by the way. I'm just a mess. This journey kicked my ass, y'all. I needed more to carry this light, but unfortunately, we don't have that. Yeah, their hearts are too buried in shadow to hear the call. They're actually saying there's a lot of judgment towards me right now. A lot. It's deafening from all areas. Not one is outside of that, is what they're saying. So I'm letting that process. So as I was bringing everything into the now, it's very important you understand is that I'm reaching back through the history of time, all the way back to the beginning of time, and I'm bringing everything forward into the now on earth. And the Nile, Mesopotamia, like I couldn't make this area up if I tried. Sea of Gibraltar wasn't even on the map I looked at. I had to look that up. Sea of Gibraltar was not on the map I looked at. I will screenshot it and show you. Like it wasn't. I didn't know about that one. All I saw was the Mediterranean Sea. So I couldn't make this up if I tried. I had no idea. This is all making sense in my mind, and it's quite fast. So remember, they're pulling out a timeline from the heart space. And this is a timeline of healing. It will purge through our reality. So we do have venting dreams. We have lots of things where we might get like little flashes of past coming up. And it's not about to be steeped in it. It's just about processing the death of it and allowing everything from that area that was done to die off and the truth rising into the now. So everything must process into new earth. Just like all people are rising through every portal, the earth chunks are also doing that as well. So this is vast. Okay, yes, they brought the new earth here, blah, 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 but there was a lot of history here and a lot of things being hidden. And so we are going into ancient spaces and we are bringing them into the now, which is causing a purge of the karmic cleansing. Everything must come into the now because all time is being reset. This is a great reset of mankind. So I've talked about that. Our past is undone. We won't have one anymore. This is it. And if you don't rise, you will go all the way back to square zero. It's a great reset of mankind. The Sea of Gibraltar is now set in stone. The Sea of Gibraltar is now set in stone. Mesopotamian. So all those things that I see throughout history, you guys, there was plagues, there was drought, famine occurred. Somehow the striking down of the tree of life came through and all of that. I don't think the Tree of Life was over there necessarily. I would have to look at a larger map because I do know where the Garden of Eden was. It's in my book. So I'll have to look at that a little closer, but somehow it's all involved in all of this right now. Now, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, that is where Jesus died. Um, and so the resurrection occurred also near there in Jerusalem, and like the Vatican, and it's all connected. So for day one, I'm already like struggling to be in this space. It's a lot of energy trying to process through me, and my body is really not able to handle it. It's why I need to detox very quickly. So I apologize for that. The deep blue sea, where the red dragon and the deep blue sea come head to head with the Nile. The Nile is the final timeline. That's the final portal with 13 gates. So this is very relevant. Whatever cannot cross the Nile does not stay. That's why the Nile fills with blood as in the end of days. Turns to blood and dries out. And I kid you not, when I dried the Nile, less than 24 hours later, we had that river. I think it was in Japan. There was some beer plant near there, and all of whatever it was basically turned the river into alcohol. And it was red. It was like, we were like, I even did a short video on that on YouTube. Like, I was like, and then there was this. Like, it was so shocking. So that is truly turning water into wine on a very much so larger scale than just in your cup. But most people choose to turn a blind eye, unfortunately. Most people are choosing fear and being too distracted to see the truth, choosing judgment. It's quite sad. So there must be a larger shakeup to wake up. Just like Babylon. So I get the image of Babylon, and Spirit talked about this a lot on the journey. Is like if everybody that was supposed to rise with me chose to rise, chose to clear all their path, there would have been less of a wrath path, we call it, right? It's like destruction, what is needed for repair. But because most people are choosing the shadow over God and judgment in front of the work right in front of them, um, it's like Babylon must die. There's a larger wrath path. So it's a larger shakeup to wake up. So floods and things like that, there's no, people think it's all just art and all that. No, what you are seeing now is the end of ways. It's all God's doing. It's all a movement of the undoing. They might be poisoning you. They might be throwing some radioactive waves in there. They might be doing some stuff, but it's not the bigger picture right now. But people aren't able to see God right now, which is right in front of their eyes. So I'm being told to anchor this one in here. Sea of Gibraltar has begun. That's what I'm hearing. The great wall of lightning. This is not ending. This was just day one. 13 days of this. We went to Mesopotamia, which I didn't even know it was called that. Sea of Gibraltar was not on the map that I was trying to show you that I looked at. It was literally just Mesopotamia. The Nile is down here, the Mediterranean Sea, and that was it. Couldn't see anything above that. So I'm mind blown. Very validating. I had no idea. Like, holy smokes, Batman. I will totally detox. I will cleanse my system. I will purge. I will drink nothing but water and liquids and flush out my system. So we are purging this timeline through our system, however we relate to it. Okay. So we've all had past lives. So your past timelines are also being called forward through that system. And so you will purge that. You're also helping to purge that for the earth. So if you're aware, if you're able to hear and see and feel, you're going to experience things. If you're a little bit blocked, you may not experience it all. It's up to what you're able to absorb and observe. Follow that intuition, and remember, we're creating our reality, and love must be the focus of everything. Okay? This new earth is here. So we are bringing everything, the false world, into the new world, and must be undone through layers. Now, this is bigger than me. So what all this means, I don't know. I don't know what's going to play out. I don't know if there's going to be a really big storm there for the reals. I don't know. I just know what I said. And I put the rest in my pocket. I'm already blown. I didn't know about Sea of Gibraltar. I didn't know about Mesopotamia. I was clueless. So we're going to anchor in day one. The journey has just begun. So a lot of the main work hasn't even occurred yet. This is day one, the start of this journey. Now remember, it's on the 13th. There's 13 days of this. When I dried the Nile, they told me there was 13 gates, and I opened up the 13th gate of heaven on earth. All of this is very relevant, very biblical. This is God's work. It's very vast, very real, and very biblical. Nothing to throw judgment or expectations at or fear at either. Love only in all things, and wonderment and awe and amazement, and speak only that of which you wish to create, period. And then follow the intuition nudges into that creation. And I'm spent. I can't go any further, but as I think we're closing out day one, and we will continue on tomorrow into day 2 of the 13 days of this 13 days healing. On the 13th we started. I'm just amazed. So, and on what, the 26th, we add those together, and that's 8. The final birthing of New Earth ended in the 888 portal, which was the life and death cycle. So it's all there. All very relevant and beyond what I could ever fathom. So give yourself time to process these things out. This was only day one. We're not ending it out. So I want you to just kind of take your focus into your environment. Give yourself permission, if you followed along, to start bringing your focus inward, your eyes open as soon as you can. We're not ending this again, so we're kind of leaving it open, leaving our consciousness in it as well for day one, going into the next 13 days total. Sea of Gibraltar, Mesopotamia, day one, and it's all there. 13 gates, 13 Niles of final. It's all there for the work that I did. Like, you cannot mistake this. I'm mind blown. I love it. God is good. Even when I don't feel good, I'm there, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. My chest really hurts. So allow yourself to just be present. And when you can, focus on your body, move your feet, move your hands, your fingers, your toes, and open your eyes. We will remain grounded and also present in this weird space between reality and time. So I pulled all that forward. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing all of that forward. So this is I can't explain this enough, is that this is a great reset of mankind. This is a rebirth of mankind. The past will be no more. Okay? It won't exist anymore. It's a restart. So either you rise or you have to go all the way back to zero. So much love, my friends. So much love. And the fallen will just be disconnected altogether. Thank you for being with me on day one. I am ending now at 8:14 p.m. I think we started just about 7. So this went a little longer than I thought, but I didn't feel good, so I was really out of it and wonky. And I went somewhere, I don't even know where. So yeah, just be present, take care of ourselves. I'm gonna personally detox because I have to. They're not saying you have to do that. But listen to your body, drink lots of water. Okay. And I will see you tomorrow for day 2. I'm already mind blown, and it's day 1. See you later.